So the decision is made. The decision is final. You're running for re-election. The governor's thing is off the table, right?
That's correct.
Why'd you make that choice?
Look, I am extremely concerned about the rise in crime that is going on, not only around the country, but in Louisiana. We have worked extremely hard to build alliances and basically a team to work with local, state, and federal law enforcement offices. And as we went back and forth, I just believe that I'm best suited to serve the people of Louisiana, and hopefully, and asking them to give me another opportunity to serve them as the Attorney General.
Was it a difficult decision? Was it something that like you really had to mull over? Was it a tortuous choice, or was it pretty easy for you in the end?
It was. I mean, look, certainly during the summer months, I struggle with the fact that I do believe we need new leadership in the governor's office. I believe that Louisiana is not benefiting from the Trump bump like it should, and that is because at the federal level they lowered taxes. At the state level, we raised taxes. I believe we need to go back to the conservative values that many Louisianans appreciate. And so I went back and forth. But once some people who I believe have the resources necessary to run for governor entered the race, and as I looked at where I believe I could best fill the leadership role, I thought, I'll take another opportunity to ask the people to reelect me as the Attorney General. I've got a commitment to the great men and women who work at the Department of Justice. We built a tremendous staff, and I think we've done a lot of good things.
There's a piece written today that says Landry has sparred with Governor Edwards since the two came into statewide positions in 2016, and Landry's decision means that fight likely won't be ending anytime soon. You guys, another 4 years of sparring, or you hope he's gone?
Well, I mean, that's going to be up to the people of the state of Louisiana. Here's the thing, Erin. A lot of people in the media, I think speculated that every time I did something, it was because I wanted to run for governor or for political reasons. That is never the case with Jeff Landry. It's always about the people, not the politics. I'm a very fundamental, ideologically bent person. I believe that what makes America great is our freedom and our liberties and limited government. I believe that government has a role, but it's a limited one. And so that's where the governor and I have had our differences. And I think one of the things I'm proud of, and I can't wait to go on the road and share some of the great statistics and things that we did and have done over the past 3 years with the people of Louisiana, is basically done that. We have a constitution that also is limited and basically places power in the hands of a number of statewide elected officials. And over the years, the governor's office, irrespective of who was in what party held the mansion, usurped that particular power, and I think that's wrong. Here's the case I'll make, Erin. In the 1950s, New Orleans, Houston, and Atlanta were all the same size. What's wrong with that picture today?
Yeah, you got a point.
Mr. Jeff, I saw no fewer than 3 articles last weekend, and all 3 of them listed the top 10 potential choices to replace Jeff Sessions as Attorney General. And I'm not joking with you. Now, you've probably seen them or at least heard about them. You're listed on all 3, if nothing else. That's got to be flattering as hell, right?
It is. It's a big compliment. That decision is going to be made at the White House. I've seen those articles. I've heard the rumblings. I've had the pleasure of being able to visit with the president in the Oval Office. I've been out to the White House. We've worked close with this administration because I believe that the things that the president is doing from a policy perspective are productive for the country. Again, you're right. It's flattering. It certainly, to me, it speaks volumes for the job that we're doing here in Louisiana.
Do you think Jeff Landry's actually being vetted right now?
I couldn't tell you. That's a question you'd have to call the White House and ask them.
Jeff, and we're talking to Jeff Landry, Louisiana Attorney General, who says he's going to run for re-election, not running for governor. New audit this week. Medicaid fraud cost Louisiana as much as $85 million. Senator Kennedy is calling for Rebecca Gee to resign. Does this audit surprise you? That's a lot of money. And what can your office, what can our state do about this to stop it?
Look, I have been crowing about this issue since day one, in that the Medicaid budget and the way we're spending money inside of that Medicaid program is completely out of control. That audit in no way shocks me, but it's nice, and I appreciate the legislative auditor doing that report and exposing the truth, because, again, I think it helps to highlight for Louisianians out there why exactly our roads are broken, our schools are failing, we don't have money to do the necessary things that government really does, and that's because the Medicaid budget is soaking up those dollars, and really, at the end of the day, the outcome is not any better.
Should Rebecca Gee step down? Do you agree with Senator Kennedy?
Look, I believe that whole administration should step down. Because, again, when you look at the waste, fraud, and abuse, and, of course, the governor loves to get up there, bang on the table, and talk about all the people he's covering and all of the great things that he's doing. But when you drill down to it, when you get on the ground, exactly what is the particular outcome that we're paying for, and is the money that Louisianians are pouring out of their pocket worth the program that's being implemented?